So I'm currently clearly not at home right now, and I still have to make this video, okay? So listen, I wanted to talk about how you can make different gaming content. I know a lot of my audience are live streamers and stuff like that, and when they think about making, people keep telling them, hey, make TikToks, make Instagram Reels, make all that stuff, but they don't know where to start. They don't know what type of things to do. So what they always end up doing is just taking their Twitch clips and turning them into, vertical format and then posting it, hoping that, hopefully this will pick up. And it can work. I'm not here to tell you that that's not gonna work or anything like that. There are some amazing clips. You can actually perfect the idea of taking Twitch clips and making them into really interesting reels. There's a lot of techniques, and I'm probably gonna inject a little bit of tips and tricks on how to do this. Right now, I actually went on Twitter and asked you guys to post your clips so I can get like some inspiration or that I can use as examples, but you guys posted like 340 of them. So I'm gonna make a dedicated video where I'm gonna pick my favorite ones and I'm gonna say why they're my favorites. In this video, all I wanna do is rapid fire a bunch of ideas of the type of content that you can make that, steps out of the, oh my God, I got 3 kills on Twitch and look at my clip, right? I'm not saying it's necessarily boring, but the thing is, we've seen it. We've seen it. My idea is always make something original, make something that people will want to watch, and even better, make something that people will want to binge watch, all right? So we're gonna go right into a sponsor, and then we're gonna start giving you all the ideas. I'm gonna list a bunch of stuff that I wrote down, and you guys tell me if you think it's good, all right? So sponsor time.
And this video is sponsored by OwnPro. OwnPro is known to give you overlays, alerts, widgets, everything you need to start your stream, but they just came up with something pretty awesome. They just dropped a feature that allows your viewers to trigger sound alerts, but also visual alerts that will show up on your screen, not just in OBS, not just on stream, but on your whole monitor. Basically, you want to find this extension on Twitch, and the installation is pretty easy. You'll need to connect to your OwnPro account and configure the extension from there. Add a browser source for the sound alerts, then choose if you want sound only or also the visuals. You will need to download and install the software for the visuals. It installed super fast. Now, since it's showing on your screen, if you're not using display capture, you will need to add an additional browser source link so they can see it too. All right, let's add it as a panel. Then pick the effects that you would like to make available to your viewers. You can even preview them. Drag them to extension to add them to the extension. So it'll look like this, and drag them to the bottom for channel point rewards, and it'll show up here. And if you need any help, check out the quick setup guide. So click the link in the description and set it up for your stream.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering what camera I'm using right now, I'm actually using the Insta360. They sent it to me and I get to test it while I'm on vacation. So gaming content on other platforms than your live stream platform, right? So I have level 1 type of gaming content. It's game reviews. You download a bunch of games. You probably have a Humble Bundle subscription where you get 12 games every month. So you play a lot of games, right? So you can give your advice. You can give your opinion on multiple games. You tried it, it's a couple games, blah, 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 blah. You know what game reviews are, right? Then we have game review level 2, specific categories. So you can say that you open a YouTube channel and the whole thing about this YouTube channel is that you're reviewing indie games. People love indie games because, well, they're cheap. Usually the storytelling is amazing since it's not gonna have like amazing graphics. And there's like a genuine audience for indie games or even cozy games, for example. A lot of people, if you type cozy games, top 10 cozy games, upcoming cozy games and things like that, there's a lot of views in those things. And yes, I mentioned YouTube, but this could be your TikTok thing. You can make 60-second videos explaining those things. And then I have game review level 3, what I call specific characteristic of a game. So instead of reviewing specific games, you're gonna review those games, but you're gonna review them based on one specific thing. And that can be the artwork. Maybe like you're a fan of art and you know that you're knowledgeable enough to give, very deep detailed comparisons between video game art. You can talk about the music. Maybe you're just rating games per music. Tier lists, for example, best music, video games. I'm giving you so many ideas already. The gameplay mechanics. People really love good gameplay. I know there was a whole thing about movement in video games and FPS games recently going around Twitter. You could have like a whole channel just based on that. Hey, this is a new game and this is how the gameplay is. This is how the movement mechanic is. Of course, there's going to be graphic. You can have a whole channel or a page just about graphics in video games. You can do like time-lapse videos and beauty stuff, and I'm gonna have more on that a little bit later. There's the puzzles. You can compare a bunch of puzzles, difficulties. There's gonna be graphics. Well, I said graphics already. There's the driving and how game handles driving and things like that. Is it realistic? Is it arcade? The gunplay, the dialogue, the combat, etc. You get my point. All right, next thing I want to talk about is concept for content. right? And right here I have the beauty of. This is a category of video, a style of video, a genre of video, if you will. And it's like the beauty of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it's just gonna be you showing off like landscapes in video games. And you can do this for any game. Just stand there and record, basically. Games that have beautiful landscapes. Game like Red Dead Redemption, the beauty of Red Dead, I'm sure there's a video about it right now. But if a game is brand new and you post, you're the first to post. The beauty of, I know like the new Zelda game, there was none when I looked it up. I was talking about this on my stream and I was like, oh, the beauty of, you could just stand in the video game, just record. And we looked it up and there was none. There's probably a bunch right now because you're late. But that's the type of things that can change your channel forever. And boom, you get a bunch of subscribers just from that. In-game photography is another thing. You can have an Instagram account where all you do is take pictures inside of a video game. Again, games like Red Dead Redemption, that's the easy thing, right? But if you do Animal Crossing or whatever it is, you can do in-game photography, you know? God forbid you're a little bit creative. Another concept I thought of is like vlogging and certain video games where you're basically emulating life. Those games are very like realistic in a way. You can take the concept of actual vlogging and put it in a video game. For example, if you play VR games, that's easy. You can hold a camera and things like that. But even in GTA, you can add a little bit of narration, explain, oh, this is what happens and blah, 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 blah in the day. And you can make like kind of like cozy type-esque video game content where you make it seem like it's real life. You could do like a reality TV show. Talk about TV shows. We're gonna have more on that later. Other concepts that I have are as a host, what I call a host. And this is one I've seen already. It's called spectating level 1 players. I believe in GTA 5, there's some YouTubers that will go in and they can basically spectate other players in the lobby and they'll find someone who's level 1 and they'll just see what they do. So those are people who are brand new to the game. So it's like kind of funny and entertaining and intriguing to see what a level 1 just does in this world. Another one is following NPCs around, see what they do. Games like Skyrim, and I haven't played Skyrim yet, but there's a bunch of games where you follow the NPC around and you see what they do, and that's interesting for people, right? That's content. Of course, as a host, you can throw like mini tournaments. If you're a Twitch streamer, even if you have 10 viewers, 2 of those viewers can battle it out in a 1v1 and you just spectate and you do the commentary during the thing, and it can be like a reoccurring theme. If you get more of an audience, you can maybe be like, hey, a level 100 versus 3 level 1s, you know? Another thing, I believe you can do that in Overwatch is AI versus AI. Games that allow you to put, you know, one team of AI versus another team of AI where you just spectate. So it's not a lot of work. You don't have to actually play and you don't have to play well, but you just spectate and you commentate on what's happening. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting for people to see. Okay, here I have something that I listed under high concepts, and that is kind of under role play. Basically, take TV shows that already exist. Honestly, I would tell you, go back to old MTV shows, see what they do, and try to recreate it, like a version of it, like in your video game, right? Games like Pimp My Ride, I said games, shows like Pimp My Ride is something that you could do in GTA, right? It doesn't have to be real. It could be completely like scripted and let people know that it's scripted, right? It's like, oh, this guy just bought this car, blah, 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 blah. And just the editing and everything, you can present it as it was like this TV show. People would watch the heck out. I would watch the heck out of that. But you know, you can make it your own thing. You can put your own spin on it, or you can just recreate an episode like shot for shot, but in the video game. And that would still get you a bunch of views. Probably. There's no guarantees in this whole thing. One that I know for sure exists because I watch it for a bunch of video games that I don't even play is Mythbusters. It's Mythbusters. There's a YouTube channel called Defend the House, I believe, and they do Mythbusters for a bunch of video games. So, oh, there's a myth, we're gonna test it. How does that work? Blah, blah, blah. Does it work? Okay, plausible or busted or true. They'll do this for Call of Duty games and also games like GTA where there's a lot of hidden mechanics. There's a huge truck under that same thing. For example, dating simulators, but imagine having real life content creators, for example, right? If you're a streamer, you take a bunch of streamers and you guys basically act out a dating simulator, but in a game, right? As if it was a part of TV reality shows. You know, those things where people are looking for love and there's like a bunch of contestants and all of that. That in the form, like film from a video game. Basically, a video game is just like real life, is what I'm trying to say. You can film any concept, any show, and basically present it. And anyone who's a fan of that video game or not will still be watching it. It's not, You don't have to be that much original where you have to invent something from scratch that has never been done before. You can just take something from another format and format it to the thing, to your own niche, to your own domain. Visiting people's houses in Animal Crossing or in ESO and things like that, right? Those are all concepts, and I always get riled up when I'm doing those things because most live streamers don't want to do that stuff. Most live streamers don't want to make content at all. They hate it because it all sounds, oh my God, I hate editing. It's like you never got good at editing. How do you hate something you never even properly tried? Maybe a scripted choose your own adventure game, but it would be per episode. You post one episode, and then basically depending on the comments and how much people voted, you can choose what the next video will be. That way it keeps people engaged, all right? And it also make people want to follow you because they want to know if their choices came true or what happens next, you know? There's a lot of ways to engage people that are kind of, I'm not gonna say easy because you have to come up with the concept and then develop the workflow. But other than that, it's nothing like that special. We're not asking you to recreate like the Avengers movies, right? To do CGI and do amazing editing. You can just cut stuff short, put a couple of subtitles in there, and it's watchable. As long as the concept is already interesting, the editing straight up doesn't matter. And then the last example I have here is Trouble in Terrorist Town. If you don't know what it is, look it up. I don't have time. Trouble in Terrorist Town is basically Among Us, but I guess in other games, right? And this concept is just play Trouble in Terrorist Town, but ask everyone to come up with a deep backstory or play with people who can improvise really well, right? So instead of just going around and looking at people and being suspicious and shooting the person that looks the most suspicious, you could actually interrogate every player with you and ask them to just improvise and ask them questions and stuff like that and basically go deep into their backstories. That would be probably super, like way more interesting than just watching your normal Trouble in Terrorist Town video clips. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say before I leave is when it comes to your Twitch clips, because I don't want you to come out of this video thinking that you can't just post your Twitch clips and make it big. Of course, there's a lot of editing techniques that grabs people's attentions and things like that. But one thing I wanna tell you for the first people that all they do is just format it to portrait mode and post it, one tip I'm gonna give you is try to add narration. Because even if it's just saying what happens in the clip before the video or even using TTS to do it, this is immediately gonna grab people's attention way more. A clip that's like, oh, my teammates didn't think I could clutch this, and then the clips begin, is a world's difference between the clip just begins and you're supposed to guess what game they're playing, what they're doing, that they're the last man standing, and that they have to do an ace or whatever it's called, right? Just having even the crappy TTS TikTok voice. I aced this thing for my team. My teammates didn't think that I was gonna ace this. You just do this and it grabs everyone's attention. Now, if you narrate throughout the whole thing, you basically take people through the steps. It becomes kind of like a story that you're telling, and storytelling is gonna be better than everyone else. Basically, just a clip of you getting a triple kill versus you taking people through the steps and how you were thinking and things that were happening. If you inject a little bit of humor in there, it's gonna be so different. It's gonna be way more watchable. We've seen people do well in Fortnite before, but having good commentary while it's happening is gonna captivate people more. It's gonna make them not wanna scroll by. Anyways, I don't wanna tend too much, okay? So that's all I have for now. If you have more ideas, if there are some concepts that you use that seem to be working and things like that, leave them in the comment section below, okay? I can't be the only one coming up for things for you, right? I'm doing your job for you. This is content creator. Put the creator. You guys forget the creator part. You have to come up with some stuff from time to time too, okay? But as usual, go out there, make me proud, get a level, and vacation, and out.